Hey, how are y'all doing? I wanted to talk to you today about a dream I had, um, which is very unusual because I don't normally remember any dreams, and when I do, they're really nothing substantial. I see how other people have dreams and all that, and I'm like, well, I never have them. That's me. I just don't have them. Especially when it comes to um, prophecy or anything like that. In this dream here, I don't know. I maybe nothing, but I figure I'd share it with you anyway because it's kind of was exciting to me because it was the first one I ever had like this. Um, but the dream started where first let me state this to all the left wing liberal uh, agenda checkers, not fact checkers, they're agenda checkers. This is just a dream. Okay? This did not happen. It's just a dream I'm sharing. I don't want no strike. Um, but it started, I was at some type of mall and I parked near the back of the parking lot. And I got out and there was a guy standing at the back of the parking lot, and there was a McDonald's up at the mall. He was catching people at the end of the parking lot and taking orders. And I was thinking, cool, you give your order. By the time you walk up here, your order probably be done. So I ordered. And I remember I gave him, I don't know what I ordered. It was like $20 and something. So I go walking on up to the mall, and I go into the McDonald's that was there. And this ain't a mall I've ever seen before. It wasn't my local mall. Um, I walk up. They haven't got my order. They don't even have any knowledge of my order. And I said, well, I just gave it to this guy out here. And they said, who? And I said, the guy right here, in the parking lot here taking people's orders. And they said, well, the guy we have taken orders is over here on the other side of the parking lot. So I started seeing people getting orders, and I started asking them, did y'all give your order to that guy right out here, the one I talked to, They were like, yeah. And I went back to the front there of McDonald's. They were working, and I said, these other people got their orders, and they gave it to that guy. And they said, never give your order to somebody outside, which, like I say, it's a dream. So they got a guy working there, they admit, that's another part of the parking lot. Just not that guy, but they say don't give your order to anybody in the parking lot, or whatever. So these other people got their order. And that made me mad. So I went back outside looking for him. And I couldn't remember exactly what he was looked like. And I saw one guy, and I asked him if he was just out here taking people's orders. He said no, and he got, a little smart mouth, and I can't remember what I said to him. But I couldn't find the guy. I think more happened out in the parking lot. I've had another conversation, but I can't remember. I don't know. I ended up going on back into the mall. So I enter the mall, and it's a gloomy feeling. It's like it wasn't that bright in there, and it was just a overall feeling of the world too. It was it was like I saw people talking, and if I'm not mistaken, it was wintertime because people had winter coats on. And when I first walked in, there was like over to the right, where you kind of had to go to the right. There was two lines, one on the left and one on the right. One on the right was inside a glass room. You could see through it, and there was a big line in there of people. And to my left, there was a big line of people. and I can't remember which was what, but one line was people showing their paperwork to get an ID or something so they could purchase things and buy and shop in the mall to prove they had the jab. And the other side, the other line, people were lined up to get the jab. So I guess they would do that and come over with their paperwork and get another line and get their identification or whatever it was. I don't know. In the dream, to me, it was the mark, you know. But like I say, it's a dream, YouTube. It's a dream. But I remember thinking, as I looked at them, and they were having these conversations, and just like going about their business like nothing. And it was like, I felt like I was alone. I was the only one that saw what was going on here. I was like, and I started thinking about my life and how it used to be in America, and I was like, this isn't America anymore. And these people are blind. They don't see what's happening. That was my thoughts in the dream. And everybody didn't need to go in either line. They were walking right through. Nobody was wearing masks. And I wasn't wearing one. So I just walked on through, past both those lines, and acted like I belonged. And I got on through, and then the mall kind of like branched out, and I kind of looped around. And I remember the mall in the dream had everything you needed. It's supposed to have everything you would need. And I was after some book or something. And there was the book section. There was a shelf here and a shelf here, so far apart. And I looked, and I couldn't find it. I know it's supposed to be there. I don't know what kind of book it was. I don't remember. And I thought, well, there's two shelves here. Let's walk to one side over here. And when you walk past, all of a sudden it was like a totally different product. For example, I don't really remember what it was, but I mean, let's say kitchenware or lawn equipment or something. So I walked the other direction, past the last shelf. And then it was almost back to where them lines were, and there was nothing there. And I was like, well, it's like anything with information, it was just a small, tiny little section of very few choices of books. So in the dream, there wasn't no big spread of books of anything you can think of. You know, it was just very limited. And from there, I know there was a little bit more to the dream, but I can't remember. And I'm not going to sit here and just add to it. You know, that was basically it. It in my mind, it was either in the tribulation or during the beginning of the tribulation. And that was very clear in the dream. And it was like, it was so spooky. And I woke up so uneasy from the dream. Now, does that mean anything? Was that a prophetic dream? I have no idea. I really don't. It may just have been a dream. Nothing to it. And I'm anxious to see if I have any more like that, because if I start having more like that, then maybe I'll take them more serious. Because like I say, I go to sleep and I wake up not remembering what I dream. Or if I do remember, it's only bits and pieces, and it's normally a dream that has nothing to do with anything really. Nothing to it. But this, figured I'd share this one with you because it was out of the norm for me, you know. And I don't know if it has any meaning to it. I really don't. And I'm not going to say it does. I'm not going to say the Lord gave me a dream. I'm not going to do that. because I have no idea. Um, but it was spooky, unnerving, uh, very uneasy, very non-America, and just people were oblivious to what was going on, and it was like, and I felt so alone, like I'm the only one that knows, what's happening here, and but nobody, as far as I remember, nobody stopped me and asked me for anything, or why ain't I wearing anything, or none of that happened, but it was very clearly the dream was tribulation stuff. But anyway, that's my first one I've had of anything like that. So it was kind of exciting to have one. I mean, you hear of other people and stuff, and I'm thinking, I hope it means something, but I don't know, I just don't know. But I'm kind of anxious to say my prayers and go to bed tonight, see if there's anything else, or it was just a one-off deal. But if any of y'all had anything similar to that, let me know. Please, let me know. I'd like to know if anybody said anything similar to that. Where there's lines and people are getting this and getting that, and in order to be able to buy things, So leave comments if you've dreamed anything like that, or had any visions and stuff like that. I'm very interested to know. But that's all I got for right now. Love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay? Bye.